Hello everyone, it's so good to see you. A lot of us are getting back from the stores just now, and I was able to pick myself up a GameCube controller, specifically from the Nintendo World Store in San Francisco. You can't buy these at just any store. You gotta be either at the World Store and have an NSO account or get them online. But yeah, since I was at the store, I was able to get these day one before people were starting to get theirs in the mail. So I just wanted to unbox this real quick and just give it a quick comparison to the classic GameCube controllers. So it's kind of a shame to take it out of this such a nice looking box, but we got some GameCube stuff to cover. So if you bought any of the NSO controllers beforehand, you probably know what you're getting yourself into. So it's in a nice black box covered with the plastic encasing, and we have, oh, before I have it fly right out, pull this out from here, and it's funny because like I'm trying to display this controller as something new and exciting, but it really is, at its core, this is a GameCube controller. You know, the first thing that I immediately noticed is that this is just a little bit lighter than what I'm used to in other GameCube controllers. Might be less components on the inside with this version, but yeah, the control sticks, the C stick has a funny little plastic on top of it. Ooh, had to unlock the shoulder buttons a bit. It was a little bit crunchy there, but now it feels okay. Z button still has that tiny little click, A, B, X, Y. Of course, the new additions to this controller are a home button, the capture button, a teeny tiny little ZL button. I kind of wish they just did the same button here on both sides. And then we have, of course, the to connection button right here, or to disconnect if you want to, USB-C, the charge, and the C button. There's a C stick and a C button. Wow, GameCube, what a show off. But yeah, compared to what I have here, I still have my orange spice controller, and if you look at them real closely, you probably can't tell a single difference. Aside from the top, of course, because this one has, it's a wired GameCube controller, original, and this has all the buttons on it, and it's a wireless controller. It's essentially the return of the Wavebird. I had a Wavebird way long ago. I don't have that anymore now, but yeah, this is essentially the exact same. We have very similar markings on the back here. This says Nintendo on the left-hand side behind the D-pad on both the old one and the new one. So we discovered that this controller in particular has a feature that nobody else was really aware of until they got their hands on it, and that is gyro functionality. And so I'm going to play a game right now that I think makes just the most sense to play with gyro to give this a test. So let's go ahead and flip us on over. So for the sake of timeliness, I just popped in my Tears of the Kingdom cartridge into my Switch 2 to show you that this isn't the easiest to control. The control scheme is a little bit weird, but the whole point is to demonstrate that if you pull out the bow and arrow, in this case with the Z button, if you hold it and you move around, you notice we have gyro control with the GameCube controller, of all things. This is something that they didn't really discuss or tell us. I guess we wouldn't know, because if we're doing GameCube games on NSO, none of those have gyro. Obviously, that's not something that existed back then. But yeah, it perfectly functions with gyro. And I thought that was just really cool. That was something that we just discovered as people started to get their GameCube controllers and get them home to test things out with. But yeah, I did try this as well with Metroid Prime Remastered to varying degrees of success. I relearned that the GameCube controller does not have the minus button, and so without the minus button, you can't go to the pause menu, which is a pretty major thing if you want to adjust the controls. There are some control schemes that work. The hybrid one kind of works, but the L button is locked to doing only jump. You can use the teeny tiny ZL button to lock on, but that's not comfortable or practical at all. And beyond that, yeah, you can't really do much else. The Y button is Morph Ball, the X button is the missile button, which means they're flip-flopped as well. If you go to the classic control scheme, you can in fact make it a little bit more like the original GameCube experience. L button will be your lock-on. You can swap X and Y to be the missiles and morph ball combination that's more accurate to the original game. Unfortunately, the classic control scheme does not use gyro, except if you're in the morph ball. When you're in the morph ball, you can swing it and the spring ball works. So there's that at least. But yeah, the worst part about this is that I had to keep on switching my Pro controller and the GameCube controller if I wanted to go into the pause menu and make an adjustment to the control scheme. So it is doable, but unfortunately it's not very practical. So we're going to have to keep on experimenting to see what kind of games work best with the GameCube controller that has gyro controls in it. Maybe there's some that will come down the line that are more optimized for this sort of thing. It's hard to imagine which ones will work well with the GameCube controller scheme, this unique button control scheme, and have gyro at the same time. But it's cool that it's there. Very cool. And yeah, I guess that's all for this one. Stay tuned for more on GVG. We have so many videos happening and going up right now. Even as I speak, we're all hard at work to bring all the news, all the little bits and pieces we can find for you. So yeah, till we meet again.